Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Robert Raven here. Today we're going to go over the last 10 animal voids within the creature codexes. This is number 11, the Boarbat voids, armor 16, health 60, mana 30, base attack 3, saves fortitude 2, reflex 2, will 1, damage threshold 10, size large, speed 40, charisma modifier +1, con +2, dex +3, +1, strength +3, wisdom +1, creature type animal, skills perception +3, survival +5, intimidate +5, special senses blind seen 30 feet, abilities tracking by hearing and smell. This creature has advantage on tracking creatures through the use of hearing and smell. Multi-attack. The Boarbat voids can make 2 attacks instead of 1 whenever making an attack. Combat. Flyby tusk. The target one creature that is within 20 feet on a hit. The target takes 2d12 damage, then this creature moves up to 20 feet. Flyby knockdown. Target one creature that is within 20 feet on a hit. That creature takes 1d6 damage and becomes prone until the end of this creature's turn. Then this creature continues to move up to 20 feet. Fearful gaze. Look at one creature that is within 30 feet. On a hit, the creature takes 1d4 damage and becomes frightened until the end of this creature's next turn. Tactics. This creature always begins combat with its frightful gaze and then attempts a flyby knockdown followed by a flyby tusk attack. Lore. These creatures were once feared throughout the world of Voidheart, for they breed in such rapid succession, and at one point they had almost overrun humanity with their numbers, until a strange woman by the name of Amanda somehow created a spell that allowed humanity to bind their will upon the Boarbat voids, and since that day they have become one of the main pets within the kingdom of Amandamonia. Number 12 is the Frog Voids. Armor 10, health 30, mana 10, base attack 1, saves fortitude 1, reflex 1, will 1, damage threshold 0, speed 0, speed 20, size tiny. I read that wrong, I apologize. Base saves, charisma -1, con +1, dex +3, int -2, strength -1, wiz -2, creature type animal, skills perception +1, special sense, darkness sight 10 feet, abilities special breathing. This creature can breathe on both land and underwater. Jump. This creature has its movement speed doubled while on land. Combat. Bite. Target one creature that is within 5 feet. On hit, that target takes 1d4 damage. Tongue grasp. Target one creature that is within 5 feet. On a hit, that creature takes 1d4 damage and becomes grappled until the beginning of this creature's next turn. Tactics. This creature always begins combat by attempting its tongue grasp attack, followed by either a bite or it tries to hide. Lore. These creatures are seen in multiple locations throughout the world, and they are non-hostile for the most part, except for the time of year in which they are protecting their eggs. Number 13, the Horse Voids. Armor 17, health 70, mana 30, base attack 2, saves fort 1, reflex 3, will 1, damage threshold 0, size large. speed 50, modifiers charisma +1, con +2, dex +4, intelligence +2, strength +3, wisdom +1, creature type animal, skills perception +3, survival +4, no special senses, abilities charge and trample. If this creature moves at least 20 feet before attacking on its turn, then the creature attacked is knocked prone until the end of this creature's turn, in addition to taking an additional 1d12 damage. Combat bite the target, or target one creature within 5 feet. On a hit, the target takes 1d4 damage. Hooves, target one creature within 5 feet. On a hit, the target creature takes 1d6 damage. Tactics, this creature always begins combat by charging at its opponent before using either a bite or hooves. Lore, these were the first voids to ever be tamed by mankind, so long ago at this point that there's no one remembers exactly how long. All anyone knows is that at this point, the Horse Voids has been a long, loyal companion to humanity and its clans. Number 14, the Bowl Voids. Excuse me, I had to clear my throat. Armor 12, health 40, mana 10, base attack 5, saves fort 1, reflex 1, will 1, damage threshold 0, size huge, speed 50, modifiers charisma -2, con +2, dex +1, intelligence -1, strength +4, wisdom -1, creature type animal, skills perception +3, special senses none, abilities charge and trample. If this creature moves at least 20 feet before attacking on its turn, then the creature attacked is knocked prone until the end of this creature's turn, in addition to taking an additional 1d12 damage. Combat, horn attacks the target one creature within 5 feet. On a hit, the target creature takes 1d12 damage. Hooves, target one creature within 5 feet. On a hit, the creature takes 1d10 damage. Tactics, this creature always begins combat by charging its enemy, followed by either a horn strike or hooves strike. Lore, excuse me. Lore, no, or not much is known about these creatures other than they roam the vast wild plains of the world, sticking to themselves and becoming quite hostile when others get near them or their young. Number 15, the Ram Voids. Armor 8, health 20, mana 10, attack 1, saves. Oh, I forgot it saves, so I'll have to edit that. Damage threshold 0, size medium, speed 30, charisma -2, con +1, dex +3, intelligence -3, strength +1, wiz -3, creature type animal, skills survival +5, special senses none, abilities digest anything. This creature can digest anything that it eats without being harmed. Excuse me. Charge and trample, the same as the bull and the horse. Combat, bite, target one creature within 5 feet. On hit, that creature takes 1d4 damage. Horns, target one creature within 5 feet. On a hit, that creature takes 1d6 damage. Tactics, this creature always begins combat by charging its opponent, followed by either a horn or a bite. Lore, these non-hostile creatures are known to roam the wilds and to eat anything that comes across their path. They are not that intelligent, but can be hostile if provoked. Number 16, the Nine-Tailed Fox Voids. Armor 22, health 500, mana 300, base attack 5, saves fortitude 3, reflex 5, will 4, damage threshold 25, size gargantuan, speed 120. Modifiers: charisma plus 3, con plus 4, dex plus 10, intelligence plus 5, strength plus 2, whiz plus 4. Creature type animal. Skills: acrobatics plus 5, athletics plus 5, deception plus 5, insight plus 6, nature mana gathering plus 10, um, perception or deception plus 5, and survival plus 6. Special senses: magic sight 60 feet. Abilities: resistances. This creature has resistance to all damage. Immunities: this creature is immune to all damage that is not either magical or otherworldly in nature. Invisibility: this creature is always considered to be invisible unless it chooses to not be invisible. Teleportation: this creature can teleport up to 30 feet in any direction at will. Multi-attack: the 9-tailed fox voids can make 4 attacks instead of 1 whenever making an attack. Shapeshift: this creature can shapeshift into any human or humanoid type creature at will. And regeneration: at the beginning of each creature's turn, so long as this creature has at least 1 health, it regains 20 health. Combat. Bite: target 1 creature within 10 feet. On a hit, that creature takes 2d12 damage. Claw: target 1 creature within 15 feet. On a hit, that creature takes 1d12 damage. Fox's Fire: target 1 space within 120 feet and create an explosion within a 30-foot radius of the selected space. All hostile creatures within this affected radius take 10d6 damage. Additionally, this damage bypasses a creature's resistances and immunities. Fox's Flame Breath: this creature breathes fire in either a 30-foot cone or 60-foot line that is 10 feet wide. All hostile creatures within this affected area take 6d6 damage. Additionally, this damage bypasses a creature's resistances and immunities. Tactics: this creature's tactics change depending on its environment and form. It normally likes to stay invisible and attack from a distance with its Fox's Fire and Flame Breath, if possible. But if shapeshifted in a human or humanoid form, it may choose to blend into society, and thus you would never know that you ever encountered this creature in the first place. Lore: not much is known about these creatures other than they stick to themselves, and sometimes individuals within their groups break off and shapeshift in order to blend into society so that they may learn and experience what the world has to offer in its many forms. Number 17. Leviathan Voids. Armor 23, health 700, mana 200, base attack 10, saves fortitude 5, reflex 3, will 3, damage threshold 30, size gargantuan, speed 150, saves charisma -3, con +5, dex +2, intelligence -3, strength +15, whiz -3. Creature type animal. Skills: perception +15, athletics +14, survival +12, nature mana gathering +10, Special senses, magical darkness sight, 120 feet. Abilities, stormproof. This creature can breathe and function normally while on land and while in/underwater. Additionally, this creature is immune to all water and lightning damage. In addition, whenever this creature would be dealt water and or lightning damage instead, it regains an amount of health equal to the damage that would have been dealt. Multi-attack. The Leviathan Voids can make 4 attacks instead of 1 whenever making an attack. Storm Aura. This creature is always surrounded in a storm out to a 20-foot radius around itself. Any hostile creature that begins, ends, enters, or moves through this affected area is either pushed or pulled up to 30 feet in a random direction. Additionally, if the creature begins or ends its turn in this affected area, then the creature takes 2d12 damage. In addition, if the creature moves through this affected area, including when the creature is pushed or pulled by this ability, that creature takes 1d12 damage per 10 feet of movement. Combat. Bite. Target one creature that is within 15 feet. On a hit, that creature takes 4d12 damage, and that creature becomes grappled until it can spend 6 combat points to escape. Claw. Target one creature that is within 15 feet. On a hit, the creature takes 2d12 damage, and the creature becomes affected by the bleeding condition for the next hour. Tail Toss. Target one creature that is within 20 feet. On a hit, that creature takes 1d12 damage, and the creature is flung up to 30 feet in a random direction. Storm Breath. This creature unleashes a burst of stormy clouds and lightning from its mouth in a 30-foot cone or a 120-foot line that is 10 feet wide. All hostile creatures within this affected area take 8d12 damage, and the creature becomes paralyzed. Excuse me. And the creature becomes paralyzed until it spends 6 combat points to end this paralysis. Tactics. This creature always begins combat with its Storm Breath, followed by its Tail Toss, and then Claw Attack before it zeroes in on its true target to use its Bite on. Lore. This creature has only ever been seen on the world of Voidheart once, 3,000 years ago, and since then it has become a living legend that is spoken about and feared by most sailors. It is also said within myths and legends spread by these sailors that one day the Leviathan Voids will awaken to reap retribution upon the world. Number 18. The Pirate Kraken Voids. Armor 20, health 1000, mana 600, base attack 6, saves 4, reflex 8, will 2, damage threshold 30, size huge, speed 120. I forgot his modifiers, so I'll have to redo that. Animal type, skills, perception plus 8, athletics plus 8, deception plus 10, special senses, darkness sight, 150 feet. Abilities, waterproof. This creature can breathe and function normally while on land and while in/underwater. Additionally, this creature is immune to all water damage. In addition, whenever this creature would be dealt water damage, it instead regains an amount of health equal to the damage that would have been dealt. Multi-attack. The pirate kraken voids can make 8 attacks instead of 1 whenever making an attack. Flying ship spirit. This creature is always followed by a flying ship that remains within no less than 1 mile apart from the pirate kraken voids at all times. Additionally, this ship is where the pirate kraken voids keeps its soul. In addition, if the pirate kraken voids were to die in any way, it is instead fully restored within the next 7 days, so long as its flying ship has at least 1 health within those 7 days. If a pirate kraken void's flying ship is ever destroyed, then its soul is shattered and the pirate kraken voids is permanently destroyed. Combat. Tentacle attack. Target 1 creature that is within 15 feet. On a hit, that creature takes 2d12 damage. Tentacle grapple. Target 1 creature within 15 feet. On a hit, that creature takes 1d12 damage and it becomes grappled until the end of that creature's next turn. Tentacle throw. Toss 1 grappled creature up to 60 feet in 1 random direction. Tactics. This creature always begins combat with its grapple, followed by throwing the creatures, then finally letting loose in an all-out tentacle attack. Lore. This terrifying creature is said to live within the deep depths of the black oceans within the world of Voidheart. No one knows of its true motives, but many have fallen to its unexpected whims, and stories are still told of pirate fleets that are secretly manipulated by this creature. Number 19. Dragon of Destruction Voids. This is one of my favorite ones. The last one is my favorite, and that one will be next. Armor 30, health 1500, mana 600, base attack 15, saves fortitude 10, reflex 8, will 6, damage threshold 40, size gargantuan, speed 250. Modifiers are charisma plus 4, con plus 12, dex plus 8, int plus 5, strength plus 15, wisdom plus 4, creature type animal, skills, athletics plus 8, perception plus 10, deception plus 10, mana gathering plus 15, survival plus 25, special senses, magic sight 150 feet, abilities, damage resistances. This creature has resistance to all of the following damage types: fire, air, earth, water, lightning, and light. Damage immunities. This creature has immunity to all of the following damage types: bludgeoning, piercing, slashing, and dark. Condition immunities. This creature has immunity to all of the following special conditions: prone, grappled, paralyzed, petrified, charmed, and frightened. Destruction aura. This creature is constantly surrounded in a black aura out to 30-foot radius around itself. Any creature that starts or ends its turn within this affected area takes 5d20 damage and becomes paralyzed until the end of this creature's next turn. Multi-attack. The Dragon of Destruction Voids can make 8 attacks instead of 1 whenever making an attack. Combat Bite. Target 1 creature within 15 feet. On a hit, that creature takes 4d12 damage, and it becomes affected by the bleeding condition for the next hour. Claw. Target 1 creature within 15 feet. On a hit, that creature takes 2d12 damage, and the creature becomes grappled until the end of this creature's next turn. Tail. Target one creature that is within 30 feet, and on a hit, that creature takes 1d12 damage and is thrown in a random direction up to 30 feet. Destruction Breath. This creature breathes black energy from its mouth in a 150-foot line that is 25 feet wide. All hostile creatures within this affected radius take 10d20 damage, and it becomes affected by the bleeding condition. Additionally, this bypasses a creature's resistance and or immunity to the bleeding condition. Tactics. This creature always begins combat with its breath attack, followed by a tail, then claw, and finally its bite. Lore. It is said that the Dragon of Destruction Voids first appeared on the world of Voidheart 150 years ago. During this time, there was a great war going on between all the human kingdoms. It is said that this dragon took the side of the kingdom of Darkspire and helped their queen bring victory in the war. Afterwards, however, the Dragon of Destruction turned on the kingdom of Darkspire, trying to enslave them as its minions. It was on that day one of the wizards within the kingdom sacrificed his life and the life of 9 other wizards in order to weave a spell powerful enough to bind the Dragon of Destruction within the heart of the kingdom. Now, 150 years later, the dragons still remain in slumber underneath the kingdom of Darkspire. And the last one for this video, number 20, the Cerberus Voids. Armor 50, health 6,000, mana 1,500, base attack 25, saves fortitude 20, reflex 25, will 20, damage threshold 100, size gargantuan, speed 300. Modifiers: charisma plus 20, con plus 25, dex plus 35, intelligence plus 10, strength plus 30, wisdom plus 10, creature type, animal, skills, athletics plus 15, perception plus 20, deception plus 15, mana gathering plus 15, survival plus 25, stealth plus 25, intimidate plus 30, special senses, magic sight 150 feet, blind seeing 300 feet. Abilities: damage immunities. This creature is immune to all damage that does not originate from either a concept creature or a concept slaying weapon, ability, spell, etc. Condition immunities. This creature is immune to all conditions that does not originate from a concept creature. Drain immunities. This creature has immunity to all drain attacks, abilities, spells, etc. Three-headed. Each of this creature's 3 heads benefits from its multi-attack. While this creature has more than 1 head, it gains advantage on all its rolls. Additionally, each of these heads acts separately on its own initiative during combat. In addition, each head has its own combat points. Multi-attack. The Cerberus Voids can make 4 attacks instead of 1 whenever making an attack. Body Split. Whenever this creature's health is reduced to 3,000 or less, It splits apart into 3 separate Cerberuses, each with 1,000 health. Guardian's Glare. Any hostile creature and or creatures of this creature's choice that either look at this creature or this creature looks at becomes petrified. Additionally, this bypasses a creature's resistance and or immunity to the petrified condition. Guardian's Aura. This creature is constantly surrounded by a purple and black aura out to a 120-foot radius. Any hostile creature that either begins, ends, enters, moves through, or exits this affected area takes 2d100 damage, is pushed back up to 30 feet in a random direction, and has its dexterity score reduced by 2. Additionally, a creature that does walk through this affected area takes 1d20 or 1d100 damage per 10 feet of travel, and it has its dexterity score reduced by 2 for each 10 feet of travel. And I'm going to switch this to moves through real quick instead of walks through specifically. And then we have regeneration. This creature regenerates 100 health at the beginning of each creature's turn. Immortality. This creature cannot die from old age. This creature does not age and cannot be forcefully aged in any way. Incorporeal. This creature is always considered to be incorporeal unless it chooses not to be. True resurrection. If this creature were to die in any way, it is instead reincarnated within the next 24 hours. Additionally, this reincarnation cannot be stopped, blocked, slowed down, etc. in any way. Concept Slayer. This creature can deal damage to any concept creature. Size Neutrality. This creature gains all the benefits and none of the negatives from its size category. Combat. Guardian's Bite. Target either 3 gargantuan, 6 huge, 9 large, 12 medium, 15 small, or 18 tiny creatures that are all within a 30-foot radius. On a hit, those creatures take 5d100 and become grappled until the end, until each can spend 10 combat points to escape. Additionally, if a creature is grappled by this attack, then that creature becomes affected by both the bleeding and paralyzed conditions for the next hour. This bypasses a creature's resistance and or immunity to both the bleeding and paralyzed conditions. In addition, if a creature is grappled by this attack, then that creature is tossed up to 120 feet at the end of this creature's next turn. Guardian's Breath. This creature unleashes pure magic in a 150-foot cone. All hostile creatures within this affected area take 10d100 damage and have their constitution scores reduced by an amount equal to half the amount of damage that was dealt by this attack. Tactics. This creature always begins combat by warning its foes of their inevitable demise. If they choose to not listen, then this creature will unleash its breath attack followed by a bite attack, and after that it will go incorporeal and take possession of one creature. Lore. The only thing that is known about this creature is the legends speak of mythical three-headed beasts that protect the concepts themselves. Thank you all. Like, subscribe, share this video so everyone can use these monsters and join us for more adventures. Thank you, and I hope you have a nice day.